Hello again, welcome back. We're going to do part 4, which is refining our search results. So I want to start by talking about two concepts called precision and recall. And I've got kind of a silly search example here to help us illustrate this. The idea of the search is that I'm trying to locate all of the apples. That's my my intended search result. So here's my first original search, and I'm searching for medium-ish sized red fruits and vegetables. And so let's first talk about precision. So precision is all about how many of the results that I got were my intended result. So in this particular example, I have 6 results, 3 of which are apples, which was what I wanted. And so my precision is 50%. In relation to that is this concept called recall. So of course, in addition to wanting very precise results, I also want to make sure that I'm not missing any relevant results. And in this particular example, we can see that there is both a green apple and a yellow apple that did not come along with my original search. And so in this particular case, there are 5 total apples that I could have gotten as results, but I only got 3. And so my recall is 3 over 5, or 60%. And when you're doing your research, I like to think about kind of the constant balance of zooming in and zooming out. You want to maximize your precision, you want to maximize your recall, but the reality of doing research is that you are never going to have 100% precision and 100% recall. You're never going to get a result list that is exactly what you wanted, nothing else, and you're not missing anything. So if we're thinking about zooming in, let's say we were a little bit more restrictive about the size portion of our search, we would receive more precise results, right? I now have 2 out of 3 of the results being what I'm intending to get back. So I have a 66% precision. However, I have now excluded by my size my size parameters, that large apple. And so now I'm only receiving 2 of the possible 5 relevant results. And so my recall has decreased to 40%. So that's kind of the plus and the negative of zooming in your search. On the other side of things, I could zoom out, right? I could be more inclusive. I could have a pretty broad size range that I'm looking for, and I could include yellow fruits and vegetables. This would make my search less precise. By adding yellow, I've added in a lemon, a banana, and an apple. And so now I have, a less precise result. There are more non-relevant items that were returned in my search, but I do get more recall. There's only that green apple I'm missing out on at this point. So my recall has increased to 80%. So you can see here, it's just a process, right? The entire research process is not going to be, I sit down, I write the perfect search string, and here is my literature review. It's this process of learning, what comes up with your results and making modifications as you go, which can be really, really fun, but just know that it will take kind of some back and forth there. So let's think about this a little bit more. How can we do some of this zooming in and zooming out? One way that we can do that is by using those boolean operators that we just talked about. We can zoom in using the and or not operator. Again, those provide a more restricted set of results. And so, yeah, and or not will make our result list shorter. And if we want to zoom out, we can use or, again, incorporating maybe another synonym or something like that. If we use or, our search results will get larger. Another way that we can do this is, again, there are these really specific metadata fields that are included in our database records. And so in our previous search, we were just searching all fields for soybean or drought or whatever the term was. But don't forget that we can be very specific about which field we're searching and utilize the metadata in that way. Another kind of just straightforward example is, let's say that I'm looking for more recent literature, then I can limit by date, and then I'm only getting the more recent results. And then finally, just a reminder, databases are just collections of content, and it's really important to be very knowledgeable about what is included in the particular database that you're searching. So biological abstracts is just academic journals, but there are some like Academic Search Premier that include then magazines or newspapers or video content. And so in those cases, you might want to limit to only academic journals since you're doing this literature review, and that would again help you to zoom in a little bit more. All right, so let's go ahead and do an example. I have the search pulled up that we used before. Here it is. And let's think of a few ways. We've got 589 results in the whole world of academic literature. That's pretty small, but I still don't have time to go through and really look at 590. So I want to zoom in a little bit more. One way that I can do that is to remove some ors. I said stress or drought, but stress is kind of in some ways like a broader term. And maybe I want to be more specific. I want to make sure that drought is included in my results so I could get rid of that stress portion. Again, by not selecting a field, we're just searching everything, but it might be helpful to be more precise in what particular field we're searching for any particular term. So soybean is an organism, and there is, in fact, one of the fields is organism. So the metadata that's included for a particular article will specify these are the main organisms that this particular work is about. And so let's go ahead and only look for articles where it has an organism of soybean listed. And then again, I want more recent literature right now at least. And so I can come over here to the refine results section, and there's a way to limit by publication date. So from here, I can go ahead and select 2010. And then I'm only going to get those last 10 years. So now that I've made those updates to my search, I'm going to go ahead and press search. And now I've gone down from, 589 to 321. So I've zoomed in a little bit more, refined my results. And again, maybe I've lost some recall with that. Maybe I've lost some relevant results, but hopefully my precision has increased. So that is just an example of refining results, and I'll see you back for our final video in just a little bit.